Hi everyone, this is Marianne, the Artsy Crafter. Welcome to my channel. Today I want to share a new and exciting project I have in mind for December. Every year I like to make myself a Christmas journal to record the month of December up to, say, New Year's Eve or New Year's Day. So this year I thought I'd show you how I made my journal, which is the one in front of you. I think it would be a great project, especially for someone who hasn't made a journal before and would like to start. A few weeks ago, I made a journal for my trip up north to visit family I hadn't seen in a long time. I made a video showing you through that journal, so I will leave a link to that video in the description box below in case you haven't seen it. When I made the travel journal, I set myself a bit of a challenge. I didn't use any digital or scrapbooking papers. Some of the supplies I did use come from books and magazines I had on hand. And then when I couldn't find what I wanted to use, I had to create those things myself from scratch. So I had so much fun making that journal that I wanted to make another one. And since it's getting close to Christmas, I thought I'd make it my Christmas journal. As I said before, I usually make one for myself every year. I also thought it would be a great project for people who don't have a lot of supplies to make their very first journal. Unlike my travel journal, I didn't have any Christmas books or magazines to use on hand, and as I didn't want to use digital papers or scrapbook papers, I ended up creating a lot of the papers and ephemera myself. However, I did have a lot of leftover Christmas wrapping paper from last year, and I recycled some of the Christmas cards that I'd received from family and friends over the years. There were boxes of them here. So anyway, here's the end result. So I'll show you through the journal, and then I'll explain how you can join me in a short series of upcoming videos where I show you how to make this journal for yourself, or perhaps as a friend for someone else, and I'll show you a step-by-step process. Let's get on with it.
Here we are. Now this is a soft cover journal. The journal cover is made from a paper bag base, and I've put fabric over the top, and then it's got a hidden binding with some ribbon. Ribbon, sorry. So that's the front, the back, and down the bottom I put a few dangles here. I didn't have really Christmas trinkets or anything like that. These are the closest thing. They look a bit like Christmas baubles. And then there's a leaf and an angel on the bottom. Okay, we'll open it up. The journal cover is 5 3/4 inches wide and 8 1/4 inches high, which translates to 14.5 centimeters wide and 21 centimeters high. It has a little spine, a 1/4 inch spine, which is 7 millimeters. The journal has one signature and 11 double pages. So I'll open up and I'll show you through. You can see there. Okay, so this is the inside cover, and I just this is some wrapping paper that I put on the what do you call it, the side pocket. It's in a little envelope. The concertina has some paper on the front, put some ribbon, and a little pocket there. There's nothing in there. That's for you to write your Santa letter and put in there. And that's to Santa's workshop. And then this is a December calendar. It's no dates on there. You fill in your own dates there, and just some gelling space on the back. So I'll run you through, just show you through this without talking too much, so we can get through it in quick time, because I've got some other things to discuss. This is a journal cover, not journal cover, sorry, a signature cover. I like putting signature covers on the signatures. This one only had one, so I only needed one. That's a created page. What I mean by created pages are pages that I actually created myself. This one was I used watercolors to paint it and some ink to do in all the little trims. This here is some wrapping paper, and this is a frame that I made, and then I just put in some journal paper there. This is a double fold out here, and with a Christmas tree on the front, and in here is a little pocket. This is made from a Christmas card here that I cut out and put on the front of this little pocket, and this is just a little journal card here. This is another created page, painted some leaves and put on some, what do you call it, snowdrops with glitter on it. You see the, oops, sorry, see the glitter? The camera don't know. Anyway, on the back, this is from a Christmas card, and this is just a free printout from the internet of a music sheet, and it's Jingle Bells, and then you got journal space in the back. A creative background page, just sponging on some colour, very simple. This one here is a double flip up. So front here's just got some leaves, and then with some journal space on the back, and then here is a little pocket and a little journal card. These papers are all being created. Very easy to do. It's just some stenciling and some coffee dye. Then this is just a stencil that I used with some lace. These two little pockets. This is from a little gift tag I just cut out. This was on the front there with some dimensional tape, and I just took it off and used it here. And these two little tags from wrapping paper. And it's just a little cutout I had. It's been sitting in my stash for many years and didn't know what to do with it. 3 little holly leaves. So it's got a home now. Now, this is a created page. I made a check pattern. And this one here is a creative page from a stencil and some splattering. Very easy. This is a journal page. It's got a red check frame on the back, and these are all papers that are created. There's a book page, and this is another dimensional gift tag that I cut up, and this is off a Christmas card, and I just glued on. And then some journal space. Here's a triple pocket. This is a Christmas tree that I put some glitter on, and I dabbed some paint to make baubles. And this here is a collage of papers that I've created to make a journal card. This here is actually from a Christmas card that I made years ago. It was been in my stash, and I just made it into a tag there. And this is actually here. Oops, I can get it out. Oops, clumsy today. This is actually a gift tag I just put in just to fill in, show you what the pockets look like. These have got ribbon tops, and they're all created pages. This is on a book page. And over here, this is a frame that I just cut out and put a frame around, and some journal space here. This is a envelope flip out here. There's a bottom pocket there, but there's nothing in there. This is an image cut out from a Christmas card. This one here is one I painted and put on the back of a page that I painted, and some music paper. And there's a little card here. This is a collage of papers that I created, and some wrapping paper, I think it looks like, and journal space there. And let's see if I can get it back in there without any problems. Yes. This is another page that I created, painted. This here is actually wrapping paper. Most wrapping paper these days, it's very hard to find sturdy wrapping paper. This is kind of like a paper bag texture and thickness, so it's very sturdy, and had the red little Christmas trees and everything. I thought it was really pretty, so use that in here. Just put some journal paper on there. This is a little trio flip out here, and this is a page that I painted, and it's got journaling on the back. That's that check pattern, and there's a little pocket here, and some music sheet, and this is all journaling, and this is that leaf trim that you see everywhere, and then it just got a ribbon closure to keep them all together. Here is a side pocket here, and I made the panels and the flowers, and there's little stickers for the centers. This here is a journal, little journal, don't know what you call it, flip it, I guess. I cut out the Christmas tree, painted and stuck it on the front with a check back, and then that's that Christmas paper that I showed you before on the back of that. This one flips out like this, and then you've got some journal space here, and then you flip this over here and you got some more journal space there. These are two little pockets. I didn't put anything in them. Oops, keep myself in frame. And then over here, this is some Christmas sticky tape that I used as washi tape, because I don't have any washi tape. It's got Christmas on it, Merry Christmas. And these are just some journal pages that you can write in. So, and that just tucks in there. And you've got some gold trim. The back, whoops, there's just a blank page for you to fill in yourselves, or me. This is the back of a Christmas card. It was so pretty. I didn't want to cover it up. This is a pocket here, and I haven't put a card here, but you can see it's a pocket here. And then this just flips out, and you got journal pouch there. I covered up the sentiment because it had some, you know, to someone's grandmother card, so I didn't think that was very appropriate for now. This is the page that I created and painted, and I got all splatters on there. These leaves, I made a stencil of leaves, and I glued it onto the back of a book page and cut it out, and then I just inked the edges and drew in the stems, the veins I should say. This is another stencil page that I created and copied out of the top. This is the center of the signature. Here are some, these are made from a Christmas card that I cut up, and I used a couple of pockets, and then book page and music page at the top. This is more of that collage paper, journaling on the back. This is another little gift tag there, so you got blank space inside to write in. This is another part of that Christmas card that I made. You can just write in the back. And then over here, this is two pockets here. This is background page is made with bubble wrap. Just stamped the color on the back, and then a bit of I think it was done on coffee dyed paper. And this is just another little gift tag there. You know what they look like. This is some more of that painted leaves. This is another collage panel on the collage papers, and I put it on the front of some journaling paper there. So, and then on the back, this one here is a pocket that I created on the computer, and I trimmed it with some gold ribbon, and this is more of that collage papers put together with some music paper and journaling space on the back. This here is a trio of pockets. This was from a little Christmas card, and on the back there's a little pocket here, and that's that. This is more of that Christmas card. It was a big Christmas card, but went a long way when I cut it up. And of course another little gift tag there, and there's your trio of pockets. They're all being stamped or painted. So if you want to come along and make this journal with me, I'll be doing it over several videos. You're quite welcome, and I will show you step by step how to create these pages for yourself. You don't have to be an artist or have any special talents to make these. They're very simple designs, and as I hope you think they are very pretty put together in a journal. This is another one. I use stencil, and I use gold paint and gold ink, and black ink, and I just put some yellow paint on the back there, so it looks very pretty. And this here is a pocket made from inked music page, and I just splattered it with gold. And here is a Christmas card that I got years ago, and then I just put some journaling card on the back, panel on the back. This is just a page made of it's a art paper with stamps on it, Christmas stamps. So, and this one here is a belly band. This is these presents on the belly band is just an image that I created, and I just painted in with some watercolors, and then I put it on a book page that's being coffee dyed, and I inked the edges in gold paint, and then I put that on a panel with ribbon border, fabric ribbon border, and then it's got a collage of that bubble wrap and book page, and then just your coffee dyed backing. This is another Christmas card that I took the back off, and I just made some journaling papers, glued them onto the back of it. So shouldn't go short of journal space here. This is another page that I created. Here I just put some blue paint on the back grounds, splattered it with blue and splattered it with white paint and then gold, and then I just used a gel pen to draw on the snowflakes. This here is a bottom pocket. Here is a page that I just put some blue paint on, and then put some gold splatters over the top. And I made this little pocket here and just painted in these little baubles and made the little sign here. This is, there we go. These are dimensional, if I can show you, the flowers. They're probably glued down the top tier. If I can get it to open up. No, I think I must have glued it down. But it's just paper that I've torn into circles, and I edged in some red glitter, if it picks it up. And then I just put a little what do you call it, one of those diamante things in the middle to make a flower, and I just cut out these little leaves and painted them. Same with the bells, painted them white, and then I put some silver glitter on that, and that's more of that. Where are we? Gotta get in frame. That's more of that paper, this paper here. And then I just put a silver ribbon on here, and then sentiment down the bottom. That was a fun page to do. Yeah, that's more of that. That's the back of that wrapping paper, and the back of that there. This is an image here. I drew the bird, painted it, and then cut it out and put it onto a backing. And oops, and this is more of that collage papers, all the little strips that are left over. That you don't throw them out, you just stick them all together on a page, and you get a beautiful collage of papers and colors. Put that in here. And this is Christmas tissue paper that I glued onto a book page. They come out very pretty. And there's the other side of that book page. There's more of that panel that I showed you before, the Christmas stamps. This here is just a panel of mottled different colour yellows. This here is what I call my church doors. This here is some gun nuts and some gum leaves that I cut out, painted, and I put some gold glitter on the gum leaves. And then I put a brad on there to hold it onto the onto the door. This here is actually, you can see this here is actually paper towel that I painted on and tore out and put gold paint on the edge and put on the front as the door panels. It looked a little bit like stained glass. Yeah, anyway, and then I just drew these letters and cut them out and put them on music backing and a little red panel. And then there was supposed to be a what do you call it? Some Velcro dots on here and a panel on here to keep them together, but I forgot to do that. So in here, this is some more paper that I made here. This is like the blue one you saw with the exact same process, except I did it in browns and charcoal. And then this is just some more journaling paper here that you can write on. So, and I like to push that across, and that kind of keeps it closed. This here is more of that tissue paper that I just backed onto some cardstock here, and I cut out the middle and I glued one panel onto the back, and that made like a photo frame here. Oops, it's very easy to do. And then I cut out the greeting part of the Christmas card and put on the top there. This is part of that Christmas card that I had, and I just put some paper on the back of it for journaling and pop that in there. This is another one of my old Christmas cards that I cut up, and this here is some stamped paper, and here is just some more journaling paper here. There, and it says "Have a wonderful Christmas." I thought that was very fitting for the back of the book, of the journal. And that's some more wrapping paper here, and that's the back of the journal. There we go, that's it. So as I mentioned before, I'll be doing a series of videos where I will show you step by step how to create this fun little journal. And so if this is something you like to do, then I invite you to come along and make this journal with me. The most important factor you need to keep in mind is that you don't need any artistic skills to make this journal. All the designs you've seen here are very simple to create using just a few simple supplies. You probably already have most of them on hand anyway. So next I'll show you the papers that I used to make up this journal, just to give you an idea of what you can use. I've probably mentioned them before, like little gift tags. There's some small Christmas cards, ones with smaller images that you can cut up and put on tags and journal cards are great, or little embellishments sort of thing. These are bigger cards that I've got. A couple I did buy new, most of them from my stash, but this one here, and I didn't end up using it. I thought that was very pretty, but I ran out of space to use it on. So but I may use it in the one that we make together, who knows. Anyway, there's not a lot of magazines and books. I didn't go out and look for any. I just wanted to use what was in my stash, see how far I could get. But this is one. This is actually some pages from that Daphne's Diary I just got recently. It's the Christmas edition, so it has those images, but I think I only used a couple of things out of here anyway. But yeah, but you can, there's lots of children's Christmas books, a great source for getting Christmas images. Those Christmas what do you call it? I've got them here, one here. These are just all Daphne's Diary, I should say, which I didn't make the most of in this journal. Put those aside. Here is a craft book that I got some Christmas images. I haven't used all of them, or a lot of them. Here's one with all the Santas there, so that's a great source. If you can find craft books that in your local newsagent, they have a lot of these craft magazines that come out this time of year, so you can grab them. that's those. I did use one image, I think. The other thing is, if you got some cardstock, I didn't use these because they're not exactly the colors that I wanted, so I just ended up cutting out some plain cardstock and painting. Mainly want greens and reds and golds and like browns, those Christmassy colors. These are some that I didn't use. As I said, I end up making my own. Not very difficult. And then the Christmas papers. Here's the panel of that Christmas paper I showed you before. It's very sturdy enough to use as a page in your journal. So if you can find, if you can't get ones with the Christmas stuff on, even paper bag would be great. You can just put something on top of it. This here, I didn't end up using this one this time, but I thought this would be great for cutting out all these little bits and pieces to put to make your ephemera or journal cards or tags in the journal. And there's some great images. I might use this when we make this journal this time around. I'll see how we go. This is just some more Christmas paper examples that you can get. These are too thin. They're only cheap Christmas paper. Oops. They're too thin to use as pages, but you can glue them onto a page to give them strength to make pages in your journal if you want to do that. This one is very pretty. I love these images here. It's upside down, and this is what you saw on the inside cover. I cut out 2 panels and I glued it onto some cardstock and made a side pocket with, so you can do things like that. They're absolutely gorgeous. So there's just some ideas of where you can find some supplies. You don't have to do the same challenge as me on not using digitals or scrapbook papers. You could quite happily use those if you rather. As I said, I just wanted to challenge myself, and I thought, some other people, especially if you don't have those supplies and you don't really want to go out and get them, this is a way to make a journal without buying any digitals or scrapbooking papers, because sometimes you can't find the ones you want, and or they're sold out or not available. Anyway, the plain papers that I used, this is coffee paper. It's just normal weight copy paper. These are great for we'll be dyeing some of these, coffee dyeing some of these to use. So we've got those. Book pages, if you can find a book. This is just a modern book, paperback book, novel of my husband's. He's not reading anymore, so he generously let me use it in my journals. I was lucky enough to get the page out without it tearing in the middle. I don't know how I did that. I think it must have had stitching in the middle. It wasn't glued in, so that was good. But most of the ones that you get from novels today are all glued in, so I just ripped the pages out. And if you end up getting 2 pages, not just the one, don't worry about that. I have a way of putting the pages together so you can make a page for your journal. So, and then this is just some music sheets that I got from a website called Pixabay. They're free to use in your journals, to download and use in your journals, because I don't have any music paper, so this is one way to get it. So if you go on to pixabay.com, you can find some music in there, or if you know of other websites where you can get free copies of music sheets, feel free to get them. Or if you got some in your stack, sometimes the op shops have them, so you don't have to have them. You can have other kinds of papers you can use instead. And then for journaling panels and papers, I used ruled paper, any kind of ruled pages, or you don't have to use ruled pages if you don't want ruled pages in your journal. Just some blank pages will do. These are just your regular journal from an exercise book, children's exercise book. This here is from a calendar journal, business calendar journal here, and this is what I use to paint on. I use mainly watercolors to paint on. I've used also watercolor pencils. You don't have to use watercolors or watercolor pencils. You could, if you want to just use those markers, what do you call them? Those Prisma pens or inks or whatever, you can use that instead. But I find watercolors are so easy to use, and I'll show you those supplies in a minute. This is I use this book, which is a book, I mean, it was only a few dollars, it wasn't very dear, and it has over 200 pages. This one here is the art paper, I think, is about 100, it's 110 GSM or 30 pound weight. Wouldn't use anything heavier than that, otherwise it becomes too thick to use in your journal as pages. It's just a nice weight. It's got a little bit of a texture when you feel it's a bit rough, not too rough, a bit rough, and it makes nice pages. It gives you that lovely vintage feel, rather than just a smooth surface. I just tear these out. I use it from a book because it actually gives you the whole area of a copy paper size sheet of paper, whereas some of the other art books, they have the binding and that is included in that A4 or copy paper size panel, which means that your pages end up being that much shorter. So I found this one that gives you the entire page to paint on. So it's total size of a copy paper, printer paper. So, and this one's sewn in. So I just undo the stitching, if I can find the middle page. Just pick all the stitching apart and then just pull the pages out and then cut them in half. And then you've got 2 pages. So that's what I use for those. That's it for this tutorial, or this video I should say. So next one hopefully will be in the next couple of days. We'll start making some pages and then get this journal put together, make the cover. So I hope you'll join me, and it should be a lot of fun. So I'll see you then. Thanks for watching. Bye.